Hello everyone, my name is Freeman and this is Freeman's Money, and today we're going to be talking about the difference between wealth and cash flow. Now, a lot of these terms get used interchangeably and they're not exactly the same thing, and there are a few important differences I want you guys to know. So, when you're building wealth, when uh, when you're building wealth in difference to cash flow, when you're doing that, you're building your net worth. So this is where you're buying assets that appreciate in value rather quickly, or you're buying something that automatically gives you value. So one example of building wealth this way is buying undervalued real estate, or buying stocks that you have a good chance of increasing your net worth on, or buying index funds. Now, cash flow is when you're buying something or when you're doing something that puts money in your pocket every month. And these two things are quite different, and they're important for different stages of your life. So, when you're building and you want to become financially successful, you want to focus on wealth. You want to focus on things that are going to build up your net worth. So, for example, I bought this house for $225,000. Over 1 year, my real estate guy tells me that it can be sold for over 350,000 or maybe 325,000. But either way, that's $100,000. It's gone up in market value. Now, contrary to that, if I was buying stocks, which I am, but we'll get into this. If I just focused on buying stocks and getting dividend payouts, putting that into my checking account and using that to pay for, let's say I bought a new car. Let's say I only pay it for my fun, use it for my fun toys and stuff like that. I'm putting money into the stock market, but I'm robbing myself of my future because I'm taking what gains I'm getting from that and then just throwing that away. So maybe the stocks are going up, but I'm taking the dividends, or I'm selling, taking the gains, and my money's not growing as fast as it could be. Well, if I'm investing in the stock market to build wealth, even if I'm getting dividends, they just go right back into it and get reinvested. So that's a big difference between building wealth and building cash flow. When you're building wealth, you're looking at building your net worth. You're looking at getting that number as high as you can. And when you're building cash flow, you're buying things that give you cash every month. So this could be real estate investment. You could buy real estate and then have people rent and live in it, and then take that money and then you can use that cash flow as you see fit. And I see the mistake where a lot of people, they want to focus on cash flow to build their wealth. But what often happens is they get this extra money per month and then their expenses go up. They say, oh, well, I can use this money to pay for this. I can use this money to pay for this. If you're focusing on building your net worth on your wealth, then you're taking that money and you're reinvesting it. If you're looking for cash flow, it goes into your pocket and it often gets spent. So when you're looking to build your financial future, what you should be looking at is building your wealth, buying things that add value to it, that increase your net worth. So even if I made just enough money to pay my bills, since I already have money invested in the stock market, those dividends are going to come in and then reinvest. So my wealth is still going to be going up. My net worth is still going to be going up. If I'm just paying my bills, my house, it keeps on appreciating in value. It keeps going up. It keeps gaining more wealth. So every year I hold those and I hold the house and I hold my stocks, I'm making more money. My wealth is going up. And obviously I'm paying my mortgage, so my liabilities are also coming down. But you see what I'm saying? Well, if I focused on cash flow, when I was taking that extra paycheck and then maybe I go out and buy McDonald's every week, or I'd go Pizza Hut every day or something, like spend my money on fast food because it's extra money. I'm just making this off of this. Or maybe you're just taking a percentage of that. You're not building your wealth, you built your cash flow and now you're spending it. So you're not gaining wealth as fast as you could be. Maybe your stocks are appreciating, but the way to develop a financial plan, or not the way to develop a financial plan, the way to become financially successful quickly is focus on wealth. Focus on gaining more of a net worth, because then you hit, hey, it's time to sell, hit that red button, and then you take all of your assets that were just gaining in wealth, put them into cash flow, and now you can retire off that. Now, a good rule of thumb is the 4% rule for when it comes to retirement. We'll cover that later on in another video. But if you saved, let's say, $2 million, when you retire, you want to be taking 4% out of that a year. So if you save $2 million, 2% of that is 800,000 or $80,000 a year. So that will be how much you have to spend a year. Now you can reverse engineer that. If you want to have $100,000 a year coming in passively or from your investments, then you just times that by 25 and you get 2.5 million. And that's how much you would need to save to retire off of. Now, you could be just looking to see how much it could take, but that's an easy way to do it. Use the 4% rule. It's a pretty solid rule. It's kind of the standard everyone talks about. So just take whatever number you want to have coming in yearly, times that by 25, and that's how much you have to have invested to live off of. Now, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I was talking to a few people about that earlier in the week, about the difference between wealth and cash flow, and how when you're developing your wealth, you're really accelerating how fast you can do it in the future. I've seen a few people online, like I watched different YouTubers. There was one guy who did it in 7 years without having YouTube subscribers or any of that, but he used it by buying real estate undervalued, then sold that real estate, took that extra cash or the money he made and put it into another property, and he just scaled that up. I think he's worth about, I think he made 20 something million in 7 years. Not all of us are going to do that, but that can really show the difference between focusing on building wealth and focusing on building cash flow. Right now, I'm focused on building wealth. So I'm not taking any of my dividends out. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm focusing on gaining my net worth. So, hey, that's today's video, the difference between cash flow and building wealth. I hope you guys learned something. If you liked the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys here next week.